Gather around. It's time for the show to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Hey everyone, my name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Deseree.
All right, there were so many matches this year that were just too much.
So this won't be a shocker because we've had a handful of really awesome matches that we just can't stop talking about.
How many times have these guys fought? It's been quite a bit.
I've been saying this all year. They're just so great to watch. We saw the heel turn coming, and then when it happened, nice and bloody, both dramatic and beautiful.
You are now entering the ring with Chutes and Ladders podcast. Here are your hosts, Deseree and Jason.
Chutes and Ladders 1 year anniversary special. What's going on, everyone? My name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Deseree.
It's officially our 1 year anniversary. Our very first episode last year covered the 2024 River City WrestleCon, and today we've come full circle. We're diving into the 2025 WrestleCon. Des, what are your first thoughts?
I can't believe it's been 1 year. So much has happened, and and I got to go just last weekend to the convention, so I can't wait to spread the joy of my weekend.
I love it. All right, and Des, can you give us a quick rundown of what River City WrestleCon is all about?
Yeah, so it is a 2-day convention. Originally, it was held here in Jacksonville, Florida at the fairgrounds, and it's just gotten so much bigger that it made more sense to move it to St. Augustine at the World Golf Village. So this is the second year that it was held there, and it's always held usually in the first weekend of June, and it has a mix of not only our headlining wrestlers that we grew up with, but also from other promotions such as AEW and TNA and anywhere else, any in the indie program. And then there's a really fun ring. So there's always matches, there's vendors, so you can find some really awesome collectibles. And you get a mix of meet and greets and interviews, and you get to hang out with your friends that you get to see at matches all year round.
I love it. All right, and how does the meet and greets with big names like Kane, Kevin Nash, Matt Riddle add to the WrestleCon experience?
It is so cool. That's why I go, and Nick Batey, one of the owners of it, he runs it with his father. They have really great relationships with people in the industry, so they're always reaching out and trying to book as many as possible. And what's really cool is they reach out to the fans and the people that go to say, hey, who would you like to see this year? So we know to reach out to them, or at least attempt to get them. So they usually about 6 months before it start releasing who has been finalized, so you can start checking off your list of this is who I want to see. I try to make like a top 10 to be like, this is I definitely need to see. But this year was a little different just because half of the people that showed up, I already had the opportunity to meet. So it was more of walking by and like waving and saying, hey, I know you don't remember me, but I love you kind of thing. That's basically what my brother and I did. And but there was a couple that I had to meet again, which was Kevin Nash. I waited for his line to die down, and I just ran up to him and was like, I need a picture with you. And he was like, calm down. No, he did not do that. He was super cool. And Riddle is exactly who you would think that he is. Very relaxed, enjoying the weekend. The vendors loved him. Exactly. So super chill. And he was by far the most affordable person to meet. I'm going to be honest, his rates were $20. So knowing that other people were like 50 to 100, and Kane was one of the headliners. He was obviously the pricier one, and I had to meet him. So I got the combo deal where I got the picture and the autograph. Super cool, very quiet, but a very nice man. But overall, it's the best weekend ever.
I am glad to hear it. It sounds like you had a lot of memorable experiences for sure.
Yeah.
All right, and then here's the cool thing. about this particular year. How does teaming up with Scott on the panels shape the experience?
So this came out of nowhere. A lot of the viewers know that I do team up with my friend Scott Johnson from Going Ringside and he has his podcast on News for Jax here in Jacksonville. And we were just talking a few weeks ago and he randomly said, "Hey, I always run the interviews. I might need some help with someone just running the mic for questions." And I'm like, yeah, anything that I can do to be in a room with these guys, I will do. So, so I was the mic girl. It was, we had about 3 to 4 interviews a day, which was really cool. We started out with Hurt Syndicate, who was it? Kane, and there was a couple of more, I forgot, but the following day was Kevin Nash, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Melina, DDP. So really cool people. So it was probably 20, 30 minutes. It's all included in your ticket, so you could sit down and hear some really cool stories from the guys. And then there was the Q&A, and that's where I ran in and got my steps, where I was darting across the room and trying not to trip over cords or have my head in the camera in awkward ways. So I was the one just passing along the mic to people, but I did have an opportunity to ask my own question to Kane, which caught me off guard because I wasn't prepared, but I was like, I have to say something to Kane. So that was really cool. So hopefully I get to do something similar, if not better, next year.
I love it. All right. And then how would you sum up the overall vibe from vendors to fan meetups and everything in between?
It is so cool. What's really neat is it's for basically Southeast area. So people come from Miami, people are coming from Georgia, everywhere. But this is the area where a lot of the matches happen. So you run into a lot of familiar faces. And that's where I've met a lot of my friends, just random people. And it's cool to walk in and they're like, "Hey, how's it going?" Or, "Hey, aren't you that girl with the podcast with the guy?" I'm like, "Yes, it's me. It's us." And even with the vendors, I am a toy collector along with my brother. And we are notorious for circling all day. And they know exactly what we're doing. We're just plotting. We are looking and we are digging for our treasures. And a lot of them I didn't think would recognize us, but all of them recognized us, knew me by name. I thought it was so cool because I was randomly walking by a table and the guy was like, "You're the Shawn Michaels and Randy Savage girl, aren't you?" I said, "I sure am. What do you have for me?" And they just had it all out. And I did get a couple of figures. And so this is my shout out to my friends at Wrestling Figs Flip. You can find them on Instagram. And then my other friend at Trending Entertainment. Awesome collection. You can buy things online. You can find them at conventions. But I did get a Shawn Michaels WrestleMania figure that I'm so happy to have. But it's just so much fun to see friends make new ones. And it's so cool.
I love it. It sounds like you're on cloud 9. But what are your final thoughts?
I can't wait until next June. I just say, if you can go to one of these conventions, you don't necessarily have to go to this one, but if you have one local, go. It's just fun. It's affordable. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars to meet people. They're always walking around. You could just stop by the table to say hi. And if you go to matches, you can meet new people that you wouldn't think. And it's just a really fun, cool fan experience. And you can get some toys, meet some wrestlers, and make some friends. So I'm all about it. I love it.
Awesome. All right. This is the time for me to get sentimental. This is officially our 1-year anniversary today. I have to give a shout out. Last year, our very first episode, Des was the star because she went to the event. We only had 24 views on the very first episode. I promise we'll have more this time. I hope. I know. But from the bottom of our hearts, thank you to everyone. We had no idea how many subscribers that we have at this point. It's close to 1,700. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Yes, thank you so much. And the numbers blow me away because we're just two friends from FSU that just happen to connect through wrestling, which is just usually what happens with wrestling. Yeah. And, we've had so many opportunities, so many friends we've made, and so many connections, and I cannot wait for what this year holds. But thank you, Jason, for being the best podcast partner ever.
Oh, no, trust me, you really are the best. Thank you. And I couldn't have asked for a better partner. I'm always going to say that no matter what. All right. What are your thoughts on this episode or our podcast, since it's officially a year? Please DM us at The Chutes and Ladders. Like always, please like, share, and subscribe, both on YouTube and Spotify. Once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Deseree Josen.
All right. Until next time, have a blessed day and a blessed week.
Bye, friends.
This has been Chutes and Ladders. Follow us for more content.